turn around, walk away, blow town. That would have been the smart thing to do. Guess I wasn't that smart. Lupino's tenement buildings were a seedy hangout for all kinds of sleaze. A liquor store, a pawn shop, a laundromat full of mobster bookies and loan sharks. The list went on. The how and why of it was a mystery to me, but they knew I was a cop. They knew I was coming, and they were going to get real trigger happy about it.
Alright, so now Max leaves the hotel, walking out, and he tells himself, there's these giant mobsters, bigger than life, frost giants, essentially, and they're after me. They want me dead. They know I'm after them, but they're after me now. And he's like, well, getting out of town would be the smart thing to do. But then he's like, well, maybe I'm not smart. My emotions are taking me away. My idea of what is ethically pleasing is countering my aesthetically pleasing idea. Because aesthetically, during his existential crisis, aesthetically would be to leave, blow town, go to some kind of tropical paradise, drink pina coladas, which is kind of what he tries to do in Max Payne 3. And maybe that's why Max Payne 3 does the stuff it does, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna run away to like a tropical paradise and just enjoy myself. But then he doesn't really do that, so he's like kind of stuck in this rut of constantly getting involved with mobsters and mafias and whatever, what have you. So when he says, I guess I wasn't that smart, it's like, even in Max Payne 3 he's not that smart. Like, in Max Payne 3, he's actually a lot dumber. He's really dumb in Max Payne 3. They make him like a drooling monkey in that game. A bald, shaven, bearded, drooling monkey. So the Lupino, if you remember, we're talking about Jack Lupino. His buildings were a seedy hangout for all kinds of sleaze. Liquor store, pawn shop, laundromat full of mobsters. What would happen in this kind of setting is that you'd have things that are called fronts. And so laundromat, liquor store, pawn shop, these are all fronts. These are all things that mobsters use and own, in a way, in order to hide the money they're laundering. They're getting a lot of money from this drug stuff. So if the government ever goes, why do you guys have so much money? Well, I own a liquor store, I own a pawn shop, I own a laundromat. And that's how they hide the dirty money. I think it's not really possible anymore. Maybe? I haven't really heard much about that anymore. But, before the digital age, we just had a lot of fronts, and, what's that game? I think it was Grand Theft Auto, or if anything, it's most likely, well, Scarface, The World Is Yours, that game, it definitely has fronts. You buy the places, and then you, collect money from them. And I think also that one crappy game, Godfather, based on the movies, that also had fronts, where you, put people's heads in, ovens and try to get more money out of them. Max then says the how and why of it was a mystery to me, but they knew I was a cop, so he's not sure how they figured it out. So about 2 chapters ago, I believe, they're like, hey, it's a cop. And we know he's a cop. He's like, how did they find out? I thought I was being careful. I was undercover. I was wearing my Stanley Ipkiss kind of outfit with the leopard vest. I mean, come on. I don't look like a cop, do I? He does kind of look like Jim Carrey sometimes. Stanley Ipkiss is the guy from Mask, for all you youngins who don't know who he is, but no, he's saying that they know that he was coming, and they're real trigger happy about it. They want to kill him. They're so happy about the idea of killing him, because the worst thing for a mobster is an undercover cop. Because it's like, not only did you betray our trust, you're also our enemy. So you're like double. Actually, you know what? And I'm thinking about it. No. Well, because I was gonna say maybe Max is the serpent. Maybe he's the serpent himself. Maybe he's the serpent that's poisonous. I think that's probably what it is. I was looking so much for it. Who could be the serpent? Who can be, I can't pronounce the name, Jörmungandr, whatever that serpent's called, the Midgard Serpent. It's called the Serpent Wolf. Maybe he's the one. Because he's talking about how he's poisonous, he's a virus, he's all this stuff. He surrounds the world, right? I'm pretty sure, I'm having a brain blast right now, I'm pretty sure Max is the serpent that has been released. Yes. I'm actually very sure of that now. Max is the serpent. Unless there's another serpent in there. But I'm pretty sure Max is the serpent. The wolf serpent. Because when you're an undercover cop, you are technically a wolf in sheep's clothing. You are the predator against the prey. Pretending to be the prey, or among them. That's a wolf in sheep's clothing. But now I'm starting to think, maybe he's also the serpent. Maybe he's possibly related to something like Ouroboros. Maybe he's related to something poisonous, because he did call himself a virus in the blood veins in New York. So let's continue with this one.
I got to see Lupino's hangout all lit up. A bomb went off, turning snow into liquid gold. A pillar of fire lifted the remains of a car straight up into the air. The flames were highlighted on the hood of a black Mercedes-Benz as it coasted down the street real slow, as if the driver didn't have a worry in the world. I got a good look at the man riding shotgun. It was Vladimir, the head of the local Russian mob, the fly in Don Punchinello's suit.
Here we meet a new character, one that we weren't really affiliated with. It's a guy called Vladimir, and the Russian mob is against the Italian mob in this kind of predicament. And when he says the fly in Don Punchinello's soup, it's like this guy's been bugging the crap out of him for the longest time because they're in a turf war. Lupino's hangout, the hotel, it gets blown the fuck up. And before, there was a guy, when you blow up some kind of radiator or water heater or whatever it was, he's like, oh, that was a bomb. And like, you know, like, so now a bomb actually goes off. That was foreshadowing before. Now the bomb goes off. Storytellers listening to this, use this to your advantage. Use this knowledge. Constantly try to make some kind of foreshadowing if you're going to have a story like this. Foreshadowing in something that's noir or pulp is essential to have this kind of enjoyment. Because not only do we have a connection from one scene to another, we also are told what's going to happen later, but we just don't really know we're being told. So that causes tension inside the reader, player, viewer, whatever, in the audience. But when he says the bomb went off, turning snow into liquid gold, I really like that kind of idea, because in alchemy, turning something into gold is very nice. You know, it's a good thing. It's enlightenment. So when he says a bomb went off, turning the snow into liquid gold, all the death and destruction and all this stuff going on, this is now enlightened. It's caused wealth, worth. It's become something valuable to Max. In a liquid form, mental, liquid, mercury. So mentally enlightened Max by having a bomb go off. All the snow around him has enlightened him. And he says a pillar of fire lifted the remains of the car straight up into the air. Oh, my bad. The hotel didn't blow up, it was a car. I got so excited I forgot what was blowing up. So a car gets blown up. And then when he says a black Mercedes-Benz as it coasted down the street real slow as if the driver didn't have a war in the world. So Vlad just slowly leaves. But here's going to be a real weird part. It says he drove real slow, not caring the world. When you see the car in the actual cutscene, you see it like fly by, like it just jets out of there. So that might be a little bit of a continuity issue.
The ringing in my ears was the sound of a mob war being waged.
All these wage slaves. Vodka. Shagwire. "1969, here I come, baby, move, move!" My soul cries for all this gas being wasted. Cleaners.
Another bomb exploded inside the closest slum building. It was a lucky break. The goons inside were spooked, but luck always came with a price tag. More bombs could still be ticking inside, and the cops would already be on their way.
Looks like the power even went out.
Jack Lupino's suite was on the top floor. At least it used to be, before the explosive makeover.
So we end up next to an adult video store. It's a porn shop, alright? Thousands of XXX videos. We can't enter it, sadly. That would be pretty cool as a Easter egg. But behind us, we are locked away. There's this gas truck that's on fire because Vladimir. Does that say? Speed limit 30. He's probably going like 31. This is the car that blew up in front of Max. I don't know how Max is so close to it. Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Cleaners, that's a mention. Oh, I mean, in the second game, there's a group called the Cleaners. Liquors, I barely know her.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this.
Quit worrying, eh? Think of it as Christmas. The Russians are with Santa.
Don't be a baby.
What the?
Gotta use this concrete bargain bin as cover. Oh, it's close like butt cheeks. TV, stereo, Ingram. Ingram or Ingram? Like little like old-fashioned cell phones on my bottle. Whoa. Might as well use this one then. Can't go inside. No cash refunds. What? Can't tell my eyes are bad or just really terrible rendering.
The night was chilly and my balls were in my throat.
Choir communications. Didn't we see that earlier? In the train station? Pizza free delivery. Deli grocery. Oh. I apologize if my mouse is like making everything so dizzying. 456. The stepsister of the beast?
The headlines were a depressing read. The headlines were screaming bloody murder. The storm was a screaming duet with the approaching prowl car sirens. It was all a scream when you were down for the count and wanted for murder.
So this is actually pretty like depressing moment. He sees DEA, DOA, and Max Payne killer and murderer. You know, like these aren't the actual headlines. These are just like what he sees in his head. And he's going, look, the world is after me. There's a car sirens. I'm guilty. There's the storm. It's me. I'm guilty. And when he says the headlines are screaming bloody murder, it's like big letters, do-do-do-do-do, and then they're like spinning in front of him. And it's like murderer, DEA, your friend's dead, your wife's dead, you suck. There's all this self-deprecation going on. And when he says it's all a scream, when you were down for the count and wanted for murder, down for the count means that like, down for the count means that you're like kind of defeated in like a boxing term. So he's like, listen, I was knocked out by this. You know, like floored, like his feet went up in the air and then his head fell to the ground because the second he realized, oh, I'm a wanted man now, it's like, whoa, like, you know, falls out of his chair, and now he's wanted for murder, and he's like, look, the police are coming, I gotta get out of here. The police are not gonna take me lightly, so can't trust the police, can't run to anything. He's on his own, and now he's a wanted man, wanted by both the mafia and the police. It's a horrible situation. There's no running, there's no hiding, there's nowhere he can go other than forward into trying to end this whole conspiracy.
I swear I'm not wasting time, I'm just looking for Easter eggs.
Pretty sure there's something in the alleyway here.
I hope there's no rapist who wants to destroy my butthole.
No, not even a homeless person.
I don't know why, but it feels so freeing just running across the street like nobody cares.
Poor Max, his body's jittering because he's getting stuck to the floor.
Hello?
And goodbye to anyone standing in John Cena's way when he takes up...
Shotgun.
You'd think you'd be in the passenger seat, wouldn't you?
I guess I might as well use it. I don't know what gun to use now. I'm actually I'm confuzzled.
There's like 4 dudes blowing each other in the basement, gotta get them out.
I'm so glad I didn't kill myself with that.
1 down, now it's a threesome.
Oh wow. Cronky, that was a nice shot.
Oh, looks like it's only 3 of them.
Starting to run low on painkillers. And when I say run low, I mean I have like half a full.
And now the wind's howling like this place is haunted.
Nothing in here. What is this even?
Smoke them if you got them, you're going down.
Oh! By the power of crack, he was surviving.
Knocking down doors and blowing up crackheads, it must have been how police officers felt in New York City in the 90s.
Propane. Activate this. Jets over there. Oh, Jesus. Singed off Max's eyebrows.
The whole building was rigged with explosives.
And whoever did this was a rigger.
No way back now. The shelf is just destroyed but not burned. Way to go to break my immersion, Max Payne. Oh, this is scary. Let's cleanse you in the fire of hell. Or what is that? Fire of Jesus? Is it a holy fire? I can't remember my Christian mythology. Oh well, you guys are clean now, okay? You can thank me later. In hell! What is that? Broken wall. A wall fell down. Broke his crown. Jill came tumbling after. A lot of needles here. Careful, Max, don't want to stub your toe on one of those. Gonna get Pt6. Oh, I'm stuck to the wall. God damn. Right when I got some pills, I gotta lose them again. These guys did like some kind of velociraptor tactics. I smell grenade cooking. Yeah, this music's getting intense. Reminds me of Far Cry Blood Dragon. I'm in out to special lady, Lady Liberty. She taught me that winners don't use drugs. Answer the phone.
A beaten up phone in the entrance hall was ringing. It could have been just a junkie in need of a fix, but it turned out to be something more sinister than that.
Am I speaking to Mr. Payne?
Who wants to know?
My name is Alfred Woden. You must hurry. The police are on their way.
Tell me something I don't know.
They know you're there.
How? And what's it to you?
I will contact you again.
So it looks like Woden, Alfred Woden, the guy who was mentioned in Kenny Don's journal, this guy's calling Max Payne and knows exactly where he is. Looks like the plot is thickening, eh?
The cops arrived, sirens singing in the off-key harmony of a manic depressive choir. I had a few minutes while the SWAT team would go through their usual routine. By the time they busted in, I needed to be long gone.
Max Payne, this is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands above your head.
So Jim Bravura comes out with the police, and he's like, Max Payne, we know you're in there. Get out of there. With your hands on your head. So now Max is like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of this building. But I also have to find Vinny, so they're gonna try their best to get away. And that's why when Vinny is met, him running away is actually a good thing. Like, Max is able to run away from the police and chase down Vinny at the same time. So it's a benefit. It's actually a benefit when Vinny runs away, because otherwise we would have to stay in this building and fight a SWAT team, which Max would not want to have. So the SWAT team not being encountered is a good thing for Max, so that he doesn't have to kill any, what would you call it, innocent people. You know, anti-cop people would be like, oh, they're not innocent. No, I mean, like, they're innocent according to Max, okay? His friend was innocent even though he was a cop. But now Jim Bravura is coming out with his megaphone. Hey, we know where you are. So, Alfred Woden, he knew that Max was there. Jim Bravura, he knew that Max was there. Somebody knows that Max is there at all times. They always know where he is. And this can either be related to how the world is functioning against Max in this absurd way that is part of his existential crisis, because remember, all of this is happening in his own head. Or it could just be related to how there's a conspiracy going on, people know where he is at all times, and somebody told the bad guys that he is a cop. Somebody told the cops that he's a long-time killer. Long-time, you know, like a whole bunch of felonies. So somebody's doing a lot of misinformation, disinformation, a lot of fake news about him. And so that's where he's gonna keep on examining the situation. Walker. Oh my god. Those Ingrams really pack a punch. It's a helicopter in the background. Where'd they go? I know you're here. Shut up. That's like 10 explosions. Is Michael Bay in the building? Ran low on pills. Here's the other side of the gun store.
Someone had left a letter on the counter.
It was a letter from Mary.
There was a key on the shelf.
It was a key from Maria.
Suddenly it all made sense. The bombs, the Russian mob boss making an appearance in person. Gagnidi was his usual self. All talk and no walk.
After our hit, the Russian has only a couple of guns left and they can be bought. There's no freaking way he has the guts to try anything after that.
As it turned out, the Russian had plenty of guts. One thing he could count on. You push a man too far and sooner or later he'd start pushing back.
So Max is in the gun shop on the other side of the window, and he finds a letter. And the letter's from Midgard, and it says, after our hits, the Russians has only a couple of guns left, and they can be bought. There's no freaking way that he has the guts to try anything after that. So Midgard believes the Russians are like hopeless now. They have no guns. They can be, whatever's left can be bought. They have the power. Midgard thought that he had the power in the turf war. Nope. Turns out no, because now Vladimir Lem, he went out to go and bomb them himself, and also flaunt it. He's like, I'm here in person. Your leader never comes in person. I'm braver than you. I'm better than you. It's like the Anarchisperian, I'm freaking better than you, that kind of thing. So that's what Vladimir Lem is doing. He's flaunting it. He pretty much did the equivalence of like whipping out his big fat cock and slapping it on the table, and like all the poker chips start clinking. So it says Russians have balls, and he loves balls. You got balls, I love balls, that kind of thing. And it's because you back him into a corner, he's gonna push back even harder than you could ever imagine. Now he had nothing to lose, and Max feels similarities between himself and Vladimir. You push somebody to where they have nothing to lose. They got nothing anymore. Well, what's gonna happen? Well, now they're gonna do everything in their power to stop you. If they're capable of anything, they're gonna do it. And that's what Max is. So Vladimir is a reflection of Max's own dedication to dealing with this mob, dealing with this kind of chaotic, corrupt thing. So I would say that, to make a relation, Max Payne is like a Luke Skywalker, and then Vladimir is like a Darth Vader. You know how people say that Darth Vader is like the shadow of Luke Skywalker? Is like that would be Luke Skywalker if he was like a main bad guy, if he went to the dark side. This is how Max's life is. He would be Vladimir Lem if he was a mobster instead of a cop. Alright, so that's why the second game, when Vladimir Lem becomes the main bad guy, sorry, spoilers, but spoilers for like a 20-year-old game, Vladimir Lem becomes the main bad guy of the second game. It works incredibly well because Lem is the shadow of Max. And also, just a little thing you might like. Lem, it's a Hebrew last name. Because I guess Russia does have like a lot of Hebrew or Yiddish or whatever you call that. And it's a name that means belonging to God. So it's a little bit like when an angel has a name and it's like Raphael, Michael, what's another one? I don't remember the names. Gabriel, The L, it means of God, or like belonging to God. So when you have something like Lem, Vladimir Lem, it's like Vladimir Lem is kind of the one who belongs to God. And so Vladimir Lem is kind of when Max starts talking to Vladimir Lem a bit more, he is actually on his way to a religious path rather than ethic or aesthetically pleasing. So when we get to that part, I'll explain it again and a little bit more in depth, but just keep that in mind. Vladimir Lem has a meaning in his name, and it's so on point with existential, I guess you can say Christian existentialism from Kierkegaard. It's so on point that I cannot see it any other way. And I firmly believe that Sam Lake had that in mind, and if not, he accidentally did it beautifully, and that's why the game came out so well. Either that or somebody else helped him.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Like guy screamed stop like Michael McDonald and Austin Powers.
Oh shit, that's a SWAT guys. And you cannot stop them.
Just like in real life.
What the?
Oh Jesus. Holy crap. If I was a cat, I would have flown into the ceiling. That would scare the crap out of me. Grenade! That's the grenade I smell cooking. Got two of them? I was about to throw another one. Oh god! Okay, I saw him like pull the pin and everything. Who the?
Better explore before that motherfucker comes back.
These are really dingy bathrooms. Reminds me of bathrooms I would see in like grocery stores over here. Or like in a Burger King.
Had to crawl under a stall when I got locked in one at a Burger King, so I'm very familiar with those.
Give us a courtesy flush. Gotta wash my hands. I'm an anti-hero, not a fucking scumbag. Somebody blew up the stairs. Somebody just walled off this doorway. It's like a Silent Hill thing. Alright. Did a little bit of a stretch before I do this jump. Barely made it, stuck to the ground. Oh god, I do not look up to those nightmare levels. Jesus Christ. Well, that way is out.
Room for one more. Yeah, damn, they scatter like cockroaches. Where'd they go? Welp, this calls for the boomstick. Alright, there's another guy. Here he is. Oh no, you fucking don't. Fourth guy. Is there a fifth one? Been doing a little bit of boozing, have you? Sucking back on Grandpa's old cough medicine? Someone's messy with their SpaghettiOs. They are Italian after all. More painkillers? What are they even watching in here? This looks creepy. Look at the walls. Look at the walls. It's like a Silent Hill kind of thing. There's Empire State Building. Everyone's making so many Silent Hill references. I don't understand it. Why is he doing that? Because they're connected, don't you understand? Dark room. There is something written in the SpaghettiO stains. It said, "You're into spaghetti, Max." Spaghetti stains on the oven. I was in a bowl of SpaghettiOs, and it was alright.